How unfortunate. Okay, hey, I know I'm supposed to take in this scene a bit serious, but that's a little bit funny the way he says that while sinking in the quicksand. Anyways, just when they thought they were gonna meet their doom, a welcome fellow, a round chubby guy named Elmo Peters shows up, saving their lives, and take them to a shopping place, and got tools and other things. And we get introduced to some other colorful characters. First, and they explain that he's not as what he is supposed to be. And we get to a very dark scene. An uncomfortable scene of him murdering an object by tearing him apart, or cords and other things, a screw. And I find it a bit uncomfortable. And we get to the other best song of the movie, just like a movie. It's the best part of the film. I'm gonna have to see weird objects.
This is weird. Ain't much worse than I feared. I'll close my eyes and make it disappear. This is strange. It ain't hope on ring. You just tested me.
Anyways, they find a clever way to escape. Toaster and them, and use a refraction to scare Elmo Peters Street. Yes, that's his name. And once they did, they succeeded, and the other objects escape. And they end up in the big city, and we finally get to meet the Master, aka Rob. About going to college, while his hot girlfriend, Chrissy, a coincidence that the Toaster and them missed them. I'm gonna try to find where the Master lives in the big city. Luckily, they found a book and point them where they at A113. And we get introduced to the other objects in this movie. Brightly colorful characters, including the TV. Who does not speak Spanish. By the way, that's Plugsy, who's jealous about the objects Toaster likes. And we get to the other best part song of technology, which I find this scene very fascinatingly great. I also find this computer to be one of my favorite characters and find them pretty hilarious. Anyways, after the song, the other objects kick our heroes out in the window and trash them. But luckily the television spots on the truck says Ernie's dumpster. And we get a very touching scene of Rob fixing the air conditioner. And I gotta admit, it's a very touching scene. Anyways, the TV tries to get their attention to get to the dumpster that they're at. Also, it showed a woman snake showing her bare breast, but censored on the DVD vision. And we get to another best song called Worthless. And one of the cars actually commits suicide, which is slightly dark. Anyways, these are heroes get trapped by the evil magnet. The master also spots his old objects. And all the stuff falls on Rob's body. And the toaster had no choice but to commit suicide to save his friends and his master. Forgive me if this video's pausing for a moment, but if you've seen this movie many times before, you pretty much know the basic plot of this film.
Would you cool it? Now get down there, you're scaring me to death.
So he finally gets his objects back thanks to a toaster that saved his life from a gruesome death.
Really now, why don't you just go out and buy a new one?
Are you kidding? Where can I find another toaster like this?
Like that? Probably nowhere.
Aha!
So the movie comes to the end that he goes to college.
The best of luck and of fun.
And that was the Brayville toaster. I like it. This movie was slightly on the darker side for children that seen this movie before, or would have their children scarred for life on it being on the childish side and the darker side of meaning of life and death. This movie is nearly 32 years old. The book is slightly different than the film I'm talking about. It's actually slightly more different than the original film. But I'll give it credit. What credit due, it is pretty hilarious. Yes, of them doing funny stuff like this. The animation is pretty much perfectionally great. Voice acting is pretty spot on. The music's actually great too, and the songs are actually pretty memorable. I can never forget the interesting songs, including Worthless.
Hey! Get up! Let somebody else try for a change. Alright, that's done. Alright,
This might be John Levitt's first voice acting cartoon he ever done, besides him being in Adam Sandler movies he's in the future. For a movie that came out in 1987, I'll give it like 8 out of 7. So, I love this movie. And they all live happily ever after. Until they do, basically, sequels. Brayville Toaster Goes to Mars and Brayville Toaster to the Rescue. I'll see about reviewing those movies in the future. I'll probably check on those some other time. Lots of people already reviewed the first one. Believe me, there's a lot of them on YouTube right now. I do love the Brave Little Toaster from 1987, but who would have thought it would be a good idea to give a Brave Little Toaster some sequels that nobody asked for? The songs are pretty great too. So someday I'll probably talk about one of these sequels. Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue from 1999. So we only got 3 of these ones. And most likely a Robot Chicken parody, which also nobody remembers. But maybe someday in the future I'll talk about how these sequel movies. And believe it or not, people pretty much despise most Disney sequels. But since I did watch this as a kid, and I actually liked it. So, someday I will review those in the future. These movies are already 20 years old, and they are the only last Brave Little Toaster movies we ever got in. They've already been released on DVD, and the first one probably not on Blu-ray. So leave a like and subscribe. Need more views and likes. It takes me a while to review some interesting movies. These from the classic 80s and early 90s. So, I'll probably talk about another interesting movie sequel. Oh, probably not today, but probably tomorrow I'll find an interesting movie to talk about. Or a game. Alright, thanks for listening. And goodbye, everybody.